Welcome to Come Out and Play, Chandler. I'm your host, Lisa Acquafrede. Today we're going to take you to places and show you Chandler's rich culture and history. Our first stop begins right here at the Chandler Museum.
The Chandler Museum is located in the historic McCullough Price House at 300 South Chandler Village Drive. It's the southwest corner of Chandler Village Drive and Fry Road near the Chandler Fashion Center. The McCullough Price House is open Tuesday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., and Thursdays we're open 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. The McCullough Price House became the central location for the Chandler Museum when the downtown museum closed early in 2012. It's an ideal location. It's a 1938 Pueblo Revival style home. It's listed on the National Register of Historic Places. We're one of just a few locations in Chandler with that designation. It serves as our main offices and also our research and archive center where researchers, genealogists, interested members of the public can come down and do research in our archives. It's also a exhibit and gallery space. When you enter the McCullough Price House, it really gives you a sense of what homes were like in the 1930s for the wealthy. There are a lot of really neat architectural features, from the scuppers on the exterior of the building to the ceilings in the main living room area and the old dining room area. The light fixtures are based off the original designs of light fixtures in the house. They were the public art component for the project when the house was renovated in 2007.
When visiting the museum, you can expect to see a variety of exhibits year-round.
Exhibits at the McCullough Price House include Faces of Chandler, which is a collection of photographs of people from Chandler's history that cover an entire wall. There are lightbox exhibits featuring various themes from Chandler's history, from water and the Roosevelt Dam to the San Marcos to the Chandler family themselves. There are exhibit cases, there are natural history exhibits. The Chandler Museum is always looking for donations of objects, photographs, documents, all sorts of artifacts related to the history of Chandler. If you have a piece of Chandler history, or you have something you think might be part of Chandler history, might be important, bring it down to the McCullough Price House and we'll check it out.
The McCullough Price House also has a changing exhibit gallery that features a variety of art exhibits throughout the year.
In about October, we will have an exhibit coming to us from the Arizona State University Anthropology Museum that is exploring the Hohokam peoples, water, and sustainability of civilization in the desert.
For more information on existing and upcoming exhibits, call 480-782-2717 or log on to www.chandleraz.gov/pricehouse. Visiting the museum is a great way to learn Chandler's land, heritage, and history. Another great resource to the public is Chandlerpedia.
Chandlerpedia is our online resource. It's a wiki-based product. It works a lot like Wikipedia. It's a place where we endeavor to put all of our photographs, all of our objects, all of our documents, all sorts of stories about people, biographies, and all that kind of stuff related to the experience of what it is to be Chandler. Chandlerpedia came out of a partnership with museum staff and library staff. It began as a project to digitize the Chandler Arizonan, which was the newspaper here in Chandler, dating from 1912 when the town of Chandler got started until the 80s when the East Valley Tribune bought it out, and have it available for Chandler residents, researchers, genealogists, to be able to use it as a resource from home, from the library, from the museum, wherever. It quickly grew into a much larger project as we started playing with the newspapers and said, well, could we put exhibits online through this? Could we put all our pictures online? And it was really exciting in the development to see what it could really become. Chandlerpedia is a big project and it requires a lot of help. We've got museum staff working on it all the time, but we also have a large team of volunteers and interns.
I'm entering objects that are related to textiles, such as clothing, rugs, throws, quilts, and entering photographs and written documentation on these objects that have been collected by the museum.
We're always looking for help and new volunteers to help us with Chandlerpedia.
Chandlerpedia has been my favorite part.
It's a really exciting project. It gets us into social media in a way that really not a lot of museums are doing. You can check it out at chandlerpedia.org. So come on down to the Chandler Museum, where it's always air-conditioned, and you can explore the culture, history, and art of Chandler with our changing exhibits, special events, and programs.
We'll be right back to tour another location for another learning opportunity after this fun fact. One of Chandler's hidden gems with a lot of history is right here at Tumbleweed Ranch.
Tumbleweed Park is located at the corner of Germain and McQueen. The ranch is located in the southeast corner of Tumbleweed Park, just south of the tennis center off of Pioneer Parkway. The ranch is open during the warmest months of the year from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. and during the cooler months of the year from 8 a.m. till 5 p.m. But to confirm the hours, call the museum's main number at 480-782-2717. Tumbleweed Ranch began in 1999 when we did a master plan for the southeast portion of Tumbleweed Park. And it was to be a sort of an agricultural learning facility that would teach the background of agriculture and Chandler history, as well as a place for recreation and modern events. The master plan for Tumbleweed Ranch started to come to fruition when we moved 3 historic structures here: the McCroskey House, a 1917 kit home, the Edwards House, a 1914 kit home, and the Boswell Gin, office for a ginning company, to the ranch. The McCroskey House is currently interpreted to that 1917 period, called a kit home, because it was ordered from a catalog, like a Montgomery Ward's catalog. But it did come in over 30,000 pieces. It was shipped here, and then the owner put it together piece by piece with all the hinges, the doors, the windows, like a giant dollhouse. The McCroskey House is decorated like a family of the 19-teens would live, a farm family. It originally sat outside of town, and it was a genuine farm family home. It had no electricity, so they had to rely on oil lamps and no running water either. So the kitchen itself doesn't actually have a sink because they would have pumped water, brought it into a basin, and then used it and then taken it outside. The house has 3 bedrooms, features the typical kind of entertainment that a family of the time period might have used. That might have been the piano, record player, and even games that the kids might have played at night. The Boswell Gin has been repurposed to become a representation of the Morrison grocery store, Chandler's very first grocery store. In the grocery store, you'll get to see what a period grocery store would look like in the 19-teens and 20s. We have a coffee grinder, we have a scale. There's also period reproduction cans and the kinds of materials that you might buy, including fresh, local fruit, eggs, and the various kinds of things that farmers would have brought in to not only sell to the store, but also barter for the goods that you'd find inside. The Edwards House is currently waiting to be restored, but is still visible at the ranch. It's built by Will Robinson, who was a prolific Arizona author and also one of the original designers of the San Marcos golf course. When you visit Tumbleweed Ranch, you'll also be able to see antique farm equipment, demonstration fields showing some of the original crops of Chandler, and also some actual farm animals like chickens. All the sites at Tumbleweed Ranch are a great way to learn about what early Chandler was like, whether you were a farm family living out on a farm or the local grocery store owner living in town. The sites here allow you to take a step back in time and experience what an agricultural community was like and what people did when they lived on the land like they did in the teens and 20s. One of the main things that we offer at the ranch are school field trips. While they're on the field trip, they'll visit 4 different areas on the ranch. First, the McCroskey House, where they get to experience the difference between a 1917 house and their house of today, as well as making their very own butter. At the store, they get to experience what it was like to be not only a store clerk, but also a purchaser, using barter and money to experience what it was like to make your dollar stretch. We have an agricultural station where they talk about the crops that were grown at the time, as well as cotton and the cotton industry and its importance in Chandler history. The final stop of the tour is at the Red Shed Theater, where students get to experience entertainment of the time. Here they'll listen to period radio broadcasts, music, and also get the chance to dance the Charleston.
All these programs are aligned with Arizona academic content standards and are free of charge. For reservations, call 480-782-2874 from 10 a.m. to noon on Tuesday, Wednesday, or Friday.
Another school group that uses the ranch is the Future Farmers of America. They use the demonstration fields to the east of the ranch and grow sweet corn, which they sell later.
Tumbleweed Ranch is also the grounds for popular Chandler events.
One of the ways you might be familiar with Tumbleweed Ranch is if you've ever gone to the ostrich races, because they actually take place at the ranch. Our signature event is the Chandler Chuck Wagon Cook-Off. At this event, authentic 1880 wagons compete in an open fire competition, cooking a 5-course meal based off of meat, beans, bread, potatoes, and dessert.
This event features entertainment and activities that highlight history, Western-themed merchants, era music, cooking, and local foods. Activities will also include transportation to and from the Arizona Railway Museum.
To truly experience what a chuck wagon meal is, you'll want to come to the event early. Gates open at 9 a.m. and we'll have 10 competing wagons cooking over open fires and each developing their own menus. Tickets go on sale at 10, but you'll want to arrive earlier than that so you can actually walk around and see what each of the wagons are cooking and make your choice wisely. Each of the wagons only make 50 meals, so the meals do sell out quickly. If you arrive late and all the chuck wagon meals are sold out, don't worry, because we have a host wagon. They provide samples of the various courses that you can purchase. In addition, we have a lot of other unique food vendors.
The festivities start with the wagon judging on Friday, November 9th at 10 a.m. and ending the day with a campfire, and then continues at 9 a.m. on Saturday, November 10th. Judging results will be announced at 2:30 p.m. For more information on the Chuck Wagon Cook-Off, visit www.chandleraz.gov or call 480-782-2873.
We just want you to come out and enjoy and experience what Chandler's history really is all about. From the exhibits and the archival resources at the McCullough Price House, our recently completed history book entitled Chandler, available at the McCullough Price House, local gift shops, and also online, to the field trips and the special events like the Chandler Chuck Wagon Cook-Off at the Tumbleweed Ranch. You can also experience the museum online at chandlerpedia.org. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to call us at the museum's main number, 480-782-2717, or visit the museum's main website, chandlermuseum.org.
We'll show you our last historical stop after this fun fact.